Transparency in anesthesiology billing. Everything your billing company doesn't want you to know. Most anesthesiologists collect less than they are entitled to receive for their services because the billing and collections process in America is fundamentally broken. Very few billing companies have the commitment or infrastructure in place to correct this. Most anesthesiology billing services don't provide sufficient information to their clients so that they can detect this problem, much less properly evaluate it or measure it. This video will go over how to tell if you're missing a significant portion of your potential earnings. We will talk about the big dirty secret in billing companies, how to tell if your billing company is maximizing your revenue, and why your billing company shouldn't brag about how they have low days and accounts receivable. It will give you the tools to evaluate your current billing situation. Why is this information important? Well, no matter how hard you work, your total revenue is significantly impacted by the performance of your billing company. We see too many anesthesiologists being taken advantage of by both the impersonal large companies and the smaller discount billing companies. These companies typically bill the easy 80% of collectible revenue and then move on. That's your money they aren't collecting. But realistically, most anesthesiologists don't want to dig into the mind-numbing particulars of how their hard work and expertise gets translated into take-home pay. That's understandable, and luckily, you don't need to. We are here to help. We will go over what should be happening behind the scenes at your billing company to ensure that your earnings get maximized and that payers actually pay what they are contracted for. Billing and revenue management for anesthesiology should be easy. Think about it. The anesthesiologist performs their services, they write up their notes and hand it off to their billing company. The coding technician looks up the appropriate billing codes and sends off a clean claim to the payer. The payer and patients pay their bills and everything gets reconciled. While it may look easy from the outside, the reality is that anesthesiology billing and collections require complex systems and dedication to ensure that this seemingly easy process results in maximum revenue for the anesthesiologist. Submitting a clean claim. Anesthesiologists didn't graduate from medical school and suffer through residency just to memorize billing codes. They also don't have the time to learn all the reimbursement procedures of the various payers that their practices deal with. That's why anesthesiologists should be able to just hand off their notes to billing in any format that is easy for them, whether that's handwritten or transcribed records or a direct export from the HER system. Anesthesiologists should be able to just submit their notes and trust the billers to get the coding details correct. All coders should be certified by the AAPC, deeply experienced with anesthesia billing, and highly motivated. Billing turnaround time should be standardized and strictly adhered to. Specialists need specialist billing services. Many billing companies claim to provide specialized services for anesthesiologists, as well as many other specialties. This makes sense as long as they have specialized departments and coders for every specialty they work with. Otherwise, you're going to get similar results as having a single MD performing pediatric care, open heart surgery, hernia repair, and anesthesia. You're not necessarily going to kill the patients, but the results won't be optimal. The team at Fusion Anesthesia has over 45 plus years of serving only anesthesiologists. That means our coding team is experienced in every anesthesiology billing situation and the relevant payer quirks. We know how to maximize your revenue by ensuring that we get every detail right. We maintain and consistently update our databases to ensure that we format each claim so that it matches exactly how and what each payer requires, including their informal requirements. Also, Fusion Anesthesia assists with compliance concerns and ensures that our doctors are in good standing with Medicare and other payers by maintaining all documentation. That way, our doctors don't accidentally overcode and that they comply with national correct coding initiatives. These kinds of value-added service are very hard to do across multiple specialties. The right systems. Just as people involved in billing need specialized skills, so does the software and systems backing them up. Generic medical billing software is simply not going to get an anesthesiologist's maximum collections. While there are some similarities across billing processes, for various specialties, there are also some key differences. At Fusion Anesthesia, our billing systems are a hybrid of off-the-shelf billing systems and custom-developed reconciliation and reporting software, coupled with good old-fashioned human experience and service. At Fusion Anesthesia, we check every claim 5 times, twice by humans in-house, once by our own automated systems, and then twice again by our clearinghouse vendor. Collecting maximum revenue. Here's the big dirty secret in the billing industry. Payers don't pay in full according to their own agreements with providers. Sometimes the payments are a little more than the specified amount, and sometimes a little less. However, on average, most payers consistently underpay their contracted amounts. This isn't a matter of rejected claims or coding disputes. Payers are simply underpaying clean claims compared to negotiated rates. It's really hard to see and quantify because of the contracts. Claims and random overpayments and underpayments create a huge volume of noise. However, after analyzing hundreds of thousands of claims, Fusion Anesthesia can prove that anesthesiologists are consistently underpaid by most payers. Most billing companies are not in a position to correct every line item of every reimbursement rate, so they collect the easy money and move on. No one wants to talk about this because it makes payers and billers look bad. What's more, it requires a tremendous amount of resources to combat. In other words, the payers are cheating you, and the billing companies let them. At Fusion Anesthesia, we think this is outrageous. So we set out many years ago to fix this issue for our clients. The result is a long process where we load, reconcile, and maintain the fluctuating reimbursement rates for every payer, every service, and every client in our system. Any deviations are automatically flagged and marked for correction. And guess what? We kick back a lot of these underpayments. Tracking this information is the only way to ensure proper payment, and it directly leads to a meaningful increase of revenue for our clients. The most profitable route for the billing company is to just collect the low-hanging fruit and move on. It costs them more to collect the last portion of money than they will collect in their revenue. Why? Because billing companies get paid as a percentage of their collections, not hourly. As far as we know, Fusion Anesthesia is the only player in the industry that loads, reconciles, and pursues the fluctuating reimbursement rates for every payer and every client in our system. It's a major reason we are so confident that we can collect significantly more than the standard billing companies or in-house staff. Just for fun, ask your billing company for a line-by-line reconciliation for the past 6 months. If it doesn't show that they are kicking back a significant percentage of the claims for payments that didn't meet your contracted rates, then you are most certainly being shortchanged. Customized real-time reporting. Accurate reporting and total transparency should be critical for any billing company that you do business with. You should be able to see reports that show reimbursement rate, cash flow for the month, collected versus expected, days in accounts receivable, year-to-date revenue comparisons, and provider comparison. Maybe you'll want to regularly review these numbers, and maybe you won't. Either way, they should be available and up to date in near real time. Because even if you aren't looking at these numbers, your billing company should be. Otherwise, they can't do their job, which is to maximize your collection. Low days in accounts receivable is not always a good sign. Some billing companies talk about how they focus on keeping account receivables low. Days in accounts receivable is the average time from performing services to receiving payments. Generally speaking, lower is better. It obviously is important to get paid promptly, but when it comes to anesthesiology billing, an accounts receivable lower than 30 days often indicates that the billing company is just skimming the easy money by billing what they can, accepting whatever payers send, and writing off the rest. That's great for the billing company, but bad for anesthesiologists. Maximizing revenue means looking at every line item as it comes and ensuring that it meets the contracted amount for that service. It means arguing with the payers to overcome bogus claims and disputes to force them to meet their obligations. If a payer tries to reject or discount a valid claim, your billing company should be fighting with them over it. That takes time. Your billing company's goal should be how to maximize your revenue, not keeping days in accounts receivable below any arbitrary number. In conclusion, you're almost certainly collecting less than you are contracted to receive for your services. The bad news is you'll never be able to collect 100%. The good news is that you can probably get much closer than you are today. Fusion Anesthesia enables our clients to bring home an additional 5 to 15% compared to what they are previously collecting. Plus, we provide a wide range of value-added services like accounting, tax preparation, bill paying, practice management, and more at no additional charge. We achieve all this through specialization, relentless pursuit of contracted fees, special tools, and a whole lot of hard work. At Fusion Anesthesia, we've been serving anesthesiologists for over 45 years. Many of our clients tell us they didn't realize what they were missing until after they switched.